Welcome back to the podcast. Today is part two of 10 hidden ways you're sabotaging your weight loss. Welcome. If you missed last week's episode, make sure to go back and listen to part one first. We're ending the spring shred this week and the momentum is real. I love watching our shred community grow stronger, more focused, and more confident every week. This weekend, we went on a long walk as a family, and I found a new summer recipe I can't wait to share inside of the Clubhouse membership. It's the little things, right, that we have to celebrate. So hopefully you had something to celebrate this weekend. So reminders, don't forget new episodes drop every Monday. I featured another amazing transformation this week on Instagram. My sister Kate, so proud of her. She once was overdoing cardio and under eating, not seeing the results that she wanted, and now you should see her muscles after getting her macros in check and strength training on board. So head over to my Instagram at Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K, to check her out. If you're curious about how to get her results, I'm offering a free 5 days of tools to get chiseled challenge. The link will be in the show notes. You also get a chance to win a free year inside of the Clubhouse membership. So hop on in and join us. I will give you all the tools you need to feel better in your bathing suit this summer. So recipe of the week was protein beef pasta, a fan favorite from the Clubhouse meal plan. Filling, comforting, full of protein, and family friendly. Feel free to grab the recipe off of my Instagram and let me know below the reel if you are enjoying my recipes. So, the main topic, right? 10 hidden ways you're sabotaging your weight loss. We're going over the second half of the list. So, listen up. These five might surprise you. So, number six, thinking you have to be perfect. Perfection is prison. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Don't throw away your day because of one off choice. Remove the all or nothing mentality, incorporate the all or something mentality. So let's say it's a random Wednesday, you're crushing it all day, tracked your breakfast, packed your lunch, even measured out your coffee creamer. You're feeling proud of yourself, and then 3 p.m. hits, and somebody at work brings in crumble cookies or homemade cookies, and you tell yourself, I'll just have half. But then you have the whole thing, and then you have another. And now you're frustrated and you're thinking, well, I already blew my macros. Guess I'll just start over tomorrow. So then you grab takeout on the way home, you skip logging it, you eat chips on the couch with your kids, and tell yourself, I'll be good, air quotes, tomorrow. So that right there, that is perfectionism in action, and it becomes a prison. You were doing great. That cookie wasn't a failure. It was one food. But perfection said, if it's not perfect, it's pointless. And that lie is what made the day spiral, not the cookie. So if you had just logged it, moved on, and kept eating your normal dinner, your day still would have aligned with your goals. So the screw up wasn't the cookie, it was the quitting. So progress does not require perfection, it requires consistency. Let the cookie be a part of the plan, not the end of it. Let the cookie be a part of the plan, not the end of it. Let that sink in. Number seven, overcomplicating your plan. Trying to meal prep, hit 10,000 steps, strength train 5 times a week, drink a gallon of water, sleep 8 hours, journal, meditate, pray, all in one week is too much. So pick 1 to 2 simple things that seem light and easy and do them well. Consistency over complexity. Consistency over complexity. You know, I like to keep it super simple. Overcomplicating your plan will burn you out. You will crash and burn. So let's talk about something I see all the time, especially with people who are really motivated to change. It's this idea that in order to be successful, you need to overhaul your entire life overnight. So here's what that looks like. You get serious about your goals, you're going to lose weight, and suddenly your to do looks like this: meal prep every meal, walk 10,000 steps, strength train 5 times a week, drink a gallon of water, sleep 8 hours, track macros perfectly, journal daily, meditate, no sugar, no alcohol, no processed food, no going out anymore, no going out to eat, no going out to the bar, no having fun with friends, not going to happy hour. And guess what happens? You do it for 3 days, okay, maybe five, and then boom, you crash and burn. Why? Because it's too much. You're trying to become a different person in a week instead of building the habits of that person over time. And this is where one of my favorite books, Atomic Habits by James Clear, comes in. He says, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So, really, what that means is it's not about how badly you want it, it's about how well your habits are built to support it. He also talks about habit stacking. I love this. It's the idea of taking a habit you already do, like brushing your teeth, making coffee, or opening your laptop, and stacking a new habit on top of it. So instead of saying, I'm going to journal every day, you can say, after I make my coffee, I will write one sentence in my journal. So it's small, it's achievable, it's repeatable, it's reasonable, right? So instead of trying to do everything at once, pick one or two things and do them really well. So perhaps this might look like this, okay? Instead of I'm going to work out 5 times, hit 10,000 steps a day, and meal prep everything, try this week. I will strength train 2 times and I will pre-track my lunch and dinner. Boom. That's success. That's what builds the momentum. Okay. Then you build from there because consistency over complexity every single time, keeping it super simple. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or like you've fallen off, ask yourself, did I try to do too much too fast? Simplify, focus, stack one new habit at a time. That's how we make this stick. Number 8, weighing yourself daily and spiraling. The scale fluctuates. It doesn't define your progress. You use it as data, not as judgment. Measure progress with trends, not single numbers. So if you're weighing yourself daily and you're spiraling, listen up. All right. Well, let's talk about the scale and how it can mess with your head if you're not careful. So many of us are weighing ourselves every single day and then spiraling when the number pops up on the scale and it's up. But here's what I need you to remember: the scale fluctuates every single day. You are not gaining or losing fat overnight. So we talk about hormones, water retention, sleep, stress, sodium, digestion, when you last ate, when you went to the bathroom. So a higher number does not mean your plan isn't working. It does not mean you failed. It means your body is responding to life, to normal life. Thank goodness you're alive. That is a blessing. We are not dead pieces of chicken. We are living, breathing macro scientists in our own experiment. This means we look at data, not drama. This means we look at data, not drama. You wouldn't toss out an entire experiment just because of one data point, right? So why would you toss out your progress over one weigh in? In the clubhouse, in the shred, we track trends, not single numbers. You weigh in daily, but we take a look at averages over time. And that's what tells the real story. So let me give you an example. Let's say Monday you weigh 150, Tuesday 151.8, Wednesday 150.5, Thursday 149.9, Friday 150.4. And if you only looked at Tuesday, you'd say, the plan isn't working. My plan isn't working. But if you zoom out and you see the downward trend, you realize really what's happening, and that is progress. So when you step on the scale, I want you to say this out loud. This is one data point. I'm a scientist, not a slave to this number. This is one data point. I'm a scientist, not a slave to that number. I always tell the story about my kids in school. If your teacher did not take an average of their grades and only took one grade and took their worst grade and put it on their report card and they brought it home, and you would call that teacher or email them and say, "Hey, listen, that was one grade. You didn't average everything." Hello. Same with your weight loss. Same with the scale. You need to take the average over time. So if Billy comes home with an F and the teacher only based it on one grade, you would be really mad. So don't be mad at yourself over one weigh-in. You need to track other metrics, okay? How your clothes fit, your energy levels. There's so many different ways to track, all right? How consistent you've been with your habits, because the scale, it's one tool. You, my friend, are the real success story. Number 9, skipping meals or under eating to save up. Skipping meals or under eating to save up. Okay, this backfires and it leads to overeating later. So you need to fuel your body consistently. Your metabolism, it isn't a bank. It isn't like your macro budget. Your metabolism isn't a bank. It's a furnace, okay? So skipping meals or under eating to save up, it backfires. So let's talk about a common weight loss trap that I see. Skipping meals or under eating to air quote save up, maybe for something later, or perhaps fasting. And fasting does not work for some. I'm going to be honest, and you need to be honest with yourself if this is something that you're still doing and then you're overeating either later on in the evening or the following day. That's because your body is starving. Okay. All right. So let's say, for instance, maybe it's a dinner out, maybe it's a party, maybe it's drinks by the pool. So you skip breakfast because you're busy getting ready for the party. Maybe you eat light all day, you barely get in any protein, and you tell yourself, "I'm being so good. I'm saving up my macros for this dinner out or this party." And then what happens, right? You show up to the dinner starving. You blow past your boundaries. You're ravenous. Your cravings are sky high. And suddenly you're thinking, why did I eat like that? Because you were biologically set up to fail. Your metabolism isn't a bank account, it's a furnace. It needs constant fuel to burn hot, right? When you underfeed it all day, it doesn't reward you later with control. It totally hits the panic button. So it doesn't reward you later with control because you didn't eat throughout the day. It hits the panic button. Your hunger hormones spike, your cravings intensify, and your ability to make mindful choices are gone. They're out the window. And if you're including alcohol in any of these celebrations, you know that your inhibitions go down and then you get the drunchies. So the combination can just lead you further away from where you want to be. I have one client, and I love her honesty, who told me, "If I don't have a protein packed breakfast on the weekend, I always end up overeating and over drinking at the pool." So she knows this about herself. So she knows that she has to have that protein packed breakfast. And she's right. When you save up, you're binge priming, you're overeating priming. You're creating a scenario where your body and brain are set up to overconsume. So fasting or skipping meals, it isn't bad in and of itself, but if the wheels fall off later and you know this about yourself, it's not working for you. You have to be honest with yourself. And if you're using it as a way to earn food or punish yourself for a meal coming up, that's not fasting, that's restriction. Okay, so better strategy: eat more protein, balance meals throughout the day, front load your protein, especially on the weekends. Treat meals and social events as part of your plan, not something that you have to fear or that you have to earn. And you do this by pre-tracking. So this way your body feels safe, you have a plan, your hunger is regulated, you're walking into those social events with confidence and control. So stop trying to save up. Save up points, save up macros, save up calories. Fuel your body like a furnace it is. You will burn hotter, stay more satisfied, and make better choices just naturally without it backfiring. Number 10, waiting for the perfect time. There's no perfect time. Life doesn't slow down for your goals. Start messy, start now. Let's talk about one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves when it comes to our own health and our weight loss. I'll start when things calm down. Well, here's the truth. There's no perfect time. Life doesn't slow down for your goals. The calendar doesn't suddenly clear. Just because it's summertime and you're a teacher, you don't have more time. The stress doesn't magically disappear. The kids don't suddenly stop needing you. And if you keep waiting for perfect, you're going to be waiting forever. That's why I say just take messy action because real life is busy. It's messy, and that's exactly where your transformation has to happen. Your transformation has to happen in the middle of the mess because life is busy, it's messy, and that's exactly where your transformation has to happen in the middle of the mess. So, I'll give you a real life example. I had a client who almost didn't start the shred. She had surgery coming up and she told me, what's the point if I won't be able to work out? But guess what? She started anyway. She focused on what she could do, which, if you've been with me long enough, you know what moves the needle the most. That's your nutrition. Even though you can't control your body in surgeries, you can control what you put in your mouth. So, fueling her body, hitting her protein, tracking consistently, she stayed in the game even when life felt crazy and imperfect. And now she's down 16 pounds. She's joining the clubhouse, and we are going to reverse her to maintenance inside of the clubhouse because you shouldn't be in a cut forever. And that is a whole other episode that I should probably do again. If you head back in my episodes, I have two episodes that talk about reversing to maintenance. Anyways, she's absolutely glowing, all because she stopped waiting. So if you're sitting there thinking, I need to wait until after vacation or after school ends or after this work project, let me lovingly tell you, I'll give you a hug and a kiss in the kick in the bum, not a kiss in the bum, kick in the bum. Stop waiting. Start messy, start now. And I've got the perfect way for you to do just that. So I'm running a free 5-day Tools to Get Chiseled challenge. It starts June 9th. These are the exact tools my clients use to lose weight, reveal defined muscles without extremes, no perfection required. You'll get support, strategy, real life tools you can use right away. The link to join is in the show notes. Just click on it, jump in with us. All right. You don't need the perfect time. You just need the courage to start. So let's go. Do me a favor, share this episode and tag me at Kelly Counts Macros so I can celebrate you. Join the free 5-day Tools to Get Chiseled challenge. Starts June 9th. I'll teach you the exact strategies that I help my clients lose weight and reveal defined muscles. Thank you so much for tuning into this two-part series. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to take the next right step. It's not about all or nothing. It's about all or something. So see you inside of the challenge.